From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Now on KPIX 5 News, another windy day expected here in the Bay Area, but there is some hope for sun. We've got your full forecast.
Plus, mandatory evacuations now lifted in Sonoma County after a fast-moving wildfire came dangerously close to a winery.
This Sunday, September 29th. Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Melissa Kane. Let's start with a live look at the Donner Pass near Lake Tahoe. We've got images that show that it's snowing and that there will be more snowfall today. The area is expecting an additional several inches this afternoon. Now, this will, of course, impact people who have spent the weekend in Tahoe and are coming back to the Bay Area today. So if you know folks who are traveling through the pass, it may be worth giving them a friendly heads up about their snowy trip back.
And if you're planning to visit Yosemite this weekend, be prepared to take an alternate route. Glacier Point Road and Tioga Road are closed right now because of snow. Officials say that both roads will reopen tomorrow if conditions are safe. The peninsula, an officer-involved shooting investigation is underway near the Hillsdale Shopping Center. San Mateo police say an officer was patrolling the parking lot when he saw a car with a temporary paper license plate. That alerted the officer to believe that the car might be stolen. The driver took off. Police say the occupant started throwing credit cards out the window along South El Camino Real. The pursuit ended in a cul-de-sac, and that's when the officer opened fire. The two people inside the car were hit by gunfire. They were treated at the scene for their injuries and taken to a local trauma center. We'll continue to follow this developing story as it unfolds.
A tornado warning issued for Davis and Solano counties has now been canceled. Several people traveling through Davis last night posted photos and videos of a twister.
Tornado! Tornado!
You can see that tornado there. It's going about 15 miles an hour. The images capturing it as it looms dangerously close to mobile homes. And some people were trying to hold down the stakes of a tent as the tornado approached.
Investigators are trying to determine what caused a small but destructive grass fire south of Sonoma. The 10-acre blaze began just before 4 yesterday near Arnold Drive and Wagner Road. The Sonoma County Sheriff's Department issued mandatory evacuations nearby, but it was lifted a few hours later. It damaged 3 buildings, including one where dozens of people were celebrating a birthday. It also threatened Cornerstone Winery, where about 200 people were attending 2 weddings.
Everybody got out fine. We were very fortunate that we didn't lose anybody in those fields trying to get to their cars.
Was there any fear that this could have been a repeat of what we saw a couple years ago here?
Yeah. From the time we left the station to the time we finally got it stopped.
The fire was fueled by strong winds. No one there was injured. Giants are ending their season and an era today. It's Bruce Bochy's last game as Giants manager. Now, during his 13 seasons with the team, the Giants posted a record slightly above 500, but they won 3 World Series in 2010, 12, and 14, the only ones that the team has won during their time in San Francisco.
The emotions they're going to be bouncing through me quite a bit here. I've had such a great time here, 13 years in this wonderful city and these fans and everything. So I'm going to enjoy this last week.
Boch previously won 951 games with the Padres. Among today's festivities, the Giants will give Bochy a major foghorn salute with help from ferries, cruise ships, and kayaks.
Hundreds of truck drivers took to the streets in the peninsula yesterday to protest a new law that's supposed to reform the so-called gig economy. AB 5 could force owner-operators, those are people who drive their own trucks, to become employees of the larger trucking companies they often work for.
Just getting to the point where it's starting to pay off, and now they're changing all the rules, so I have to go out of business. I mean, America's about being in business, right?
Whether or not we're reforming or handcuffing the gig economy, we're absolutely handcuffing people who want flexible hours, flexible schedules.
The bill's author, Lorena Gonzalez, says the bill will guarantee steady work, good wages, benefits, and other protections for people working in California. This morning, police are investigating a homicide in Sonoma County. Numerous reports of gunshots were heard at around 8 last night near the Petaluma factory outlets. And when officers arrived, they found a single car had crashed in the parking lot. Inside was a man who was unconscious, suffering from a gunshot wound. And despite attempts to revive him, he was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity of the driver has not been released. If you have any information regarding this crime, please call Petaluma Police. Today, people wearing masks and leather and leashes, some even in cages, will meet up in San Francisco for an infamous street fair. It's the Folsom Street Fair, and thousands of people participate each year in this celebration of sexual fetishes. It's been going on since the 80s and has grown to include people of all persuasions. The different fetish communities come together in public, something that attendees say is very liberating. The event is clothing optional. And we also have a different kind of celebration happening today. 40-foot boats powered by teams of paddlers are competing today on Lake Merritt. It's the Dragon Boat Festival. It showcases world-class racing crews from around the globe. There are also lion dancing and martial arts shows, plus a pavilion with kid-friendly activities. This is the 24th year of the annual festival. The fun starts at 10 a.m. this morning in Oakland.
Here at home, North Bay could see a few isolated showers today. It doesn't show up here on the 7-day forecast because most of us are just going to notice a few clouds. But if you're up in Sonoma and Marin County today, late afternoon, a few isolated showers. Some of them could even come in the form of a thunderstorm. Most of us wouldn't see it, but if you happen to be the place that gets that, could be a good little brief downpour for a short period of time. Then the rest of the 7-day looks great. We'll be sunny and back up to average by the middle of the week.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.